Hey. Okay, let's see. Well, just testing here and see if I can get this done for the NASA release. And I'm just testing. I'll come back. Well, who's my friend? Bibi! Well, I was just doing some testing here as I have a delay. Yeah, of course, it's my friend. Hey, hey, Tesla, how are you? I'm having some problems here with the delay because I haven't done a stream in like a long, long time. But okay, you can hear me. As long as you can hear me well, can you see the NASA there, the NASA stream that it's coming up? Oh, sounds good. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. Um, that's very good. Well, I was just curious to see what is going to happen in about 45 minutes. Yes, good. Yes, I'm so happy. And so NASA is going to release some images from this comet again, and I have all kind of phones here sounding. Well, anyway, so I don't know what is going to happen. This is about Comet 3I Atlas, and it's just one of those things that you never know. We know it's not a spaceship. Oh my God, we know that. Well, I can't wait either. But I want to start doing streaming now and talk about the telescopes and all these upgrades with the dwarf telescope that is driving me crazy, and also the Sea Star. And I have several new telescopes sponsors here that I'm going to start doing tutorials for them. But I don't know what is the big thing right now with the NASA. Let me get this thing out of my back here. Um, so we'll see what is going to happen. But I have been uh, all confused and, you know, um, I just can't keep up with all the latest upgrades for the dwarf telescope. And that one in particular, I just received my the mini dwarf lab like 3 days ago. And of course, it's um, cloudy. Of course it is. But let me go and get it real quick. I'm going to go off here. Let's see where the camera. So here's the mini, and I finally got it. And I am going to test it, and I don't know. I mean, this is really small. I thought it was going to be bigger, but I am very small. Imagine how small this thing is. So I am going to test it. And what are you talking about? Music? Pee pee? Pee pee? Me playing. I am playing music? What? What kind of music? Is it probably the one from the NASA stream? Well, anyways, so I'm going to make these streams better. What I want to do is probably do once a week for the dwarf telescopes because that's the one that requires more attention with all the upgrades. And I want to hear also the questions and things for ideas for more tutorials because every time I do a new video, and Pipi now has his own channel, Pipi Land Urban SkyQuest, and he is also using the dwarf telescope, but he has other telescopes there, so we need to support him. And Tesla, I don't know what do you have dwarf or the sister? Yeah. Little by little, these channels don't grow just like that, I'm telling you. This has been a few years of work, and I finally, the channel that took off, especially in the last 2 weeks. Um, it's just one of those things that takes time. Astrophotography is not the biggest, category on YouTube, but mine suddenly got like it's getting to a different level in the last 2 weeks, probably about a month now. Just keep creating good content and, listen to people, listen to their problems, and your problems with the telescopes is everybody else's problems. So that's pretty much it. So let me see who else is here. I don't know. It says that I have 5 viewers. I was not expecting not even one because I did not announce it. I was just trying to figure this out. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's just to have fun and help others because this is so complicated. But yeah, I did another short video last night about the other K1 Atlas that broke in like actually 3 pieces, and there was a telescope in Menciano, Italy that captured it, and it was a lot of fun to watch that. And I put it on a short last night, so now it kind of like went through 3 different parts like that, but it looks now like if it's just one. I am hoping to capture that one. It's a little bit low in the horizon for me. They are, and they are. There's also a gigantic tree that is right there on the way. I show it a lot on my videos. It's like a 300-year-old tree, and that one also it's driving me crazy. So anyway, so I am going to wait a few more minutes for the NASA release, and they better show us something really good. Because the Sky Atlas, listen to what I'm saying. The 3-eye Atlas has been pretty photographed by now, so it's not like new. So they better come up with something really good. It seems that I need to be out there probably around 4 a.m. or something, see if I can capture it. But it's about 14 degrees at that time, and I am in latitude 35, so that's not going to happen. Oh, yes. Well, you're talking about I play music. Yes, I am a professional musician too, and I play Latin percussion. Yes, and I play a lot, and I have also endorsement by drums, Pearl drums, and all kind of things. So that's another phase of my life. I play Latin percussion. Yes, that's right. I just came back from Florida. We did 3 shows there, and I'm leaving on Friday again for to North Carolina. No, you're not crazy. It's just not everybody follows me on my personal page, even though that my personal page is pretty much public now because I do get a lot of people from music and from. Have you seen my raccoon? Do you know that I have a pet raccoon, Pipi? Ah, I need to show photos of my raccoon. I do have a pet raccoon, and she's amazing. She is almost 5 years old now, and she also has a channel on Facebook. Let me see. This is her name, her Facebook page, Canela the Raccoon. Yes, that is my raccoon. She's very funny, and she has been in a few videos early on astrophotography with me outside on the telescope. Yeah, Canela the raccoon. So let's see, Tesla, okay, M3 Tesla. I wonder who else is here. I don't know how to see everybody here. Let me see. It says top fans. Let's see. Okay, so this is good. Well, I don't know. I don't see anybody else. But I am so happy that you guys are here. I may have to go. Uh, Yay, Lenny. Hey, how are you? And Wizard Dry Designs. Yes, thank you so much for being here. I was telling the guys here that this was not planned. I'm going to start doing live streams from now on, like once a week, probably about one about the dwarf telescopes, the other one about the sea stars, as they are kind of like enemies. They don't like each other. I have all of them, so it doesn't matter. Um, and I was just talking about the Dwarf 3 and the latest upgrades, and that I also got my Dwarf Mini like 3 days ago, but it has been cloudy, so I need to test it. The latest upgrades are giving a lot of people problems. I don't have I tested it last week after the latest big upgrade, and everything worked good, but the focusing, that part was not good. And I talked to Claire because uh, I emailed with her directly, and she told me that that was a thing, that it was an issue that it's happening a lot. So I haven't done any more testing in the last few days, so because it's cloudy. But I'm going to do more live streams. This is just a test. I just want to see the images from NASA and see what they have. They better be better images than the ones that some of my friends capture. So yeah, the Dwarf 2 is working good for me. Um, what are the problems you're having with the Dwarf 3? If you have done anything recently. Dark Sky 2, wow, that is something else. Where is that? I mean, you don't have to give specific address, but that is pretty dark. How did it go? Oh, yes. I need to go to Colorado, to Utah. That's in my plans to do. Wow. What did you capture? Which nebula? There are some fascinating nebulas right now that I have been photographing using the big telescope, the RASA 11. What? What would the? He thought that you were doing something wrong there. The sheriff. Yeah. Some the one of them. I have it here. Is I write them down because I capture so much. The Dark Shark Nebula. Hey, Lenny, around solar panels. That is an interesting question. That's what you mean, solar panels? The Veal Nebula, that's a good one. It's a beautiful nebula. Everybody needs to photograph that. I have some amazing images. Um, I know that these smart telescopes, I believe they do well close to magnetic things. I don't have any solar panels here, so I don't know. That's a good question. Well, you need to share with me that those images of the Veal Nebula Wizard Drive because I mean, dark sky 2, border level 2, my goodness. I mean, that has to be absolutely beautiful. Let's see. How's the countdown with, we're still like 30 minutes away. How is that countdown going? Ah, okay. Well, if that's what it is, then then sheriff was good. But this is a kind of suspicious thing. Sometimes it happens to me, and I just that chat that it says I'm looking here in another TV that I have with another channel myself, and chat is disabled for this live stream. That is for the NASA live stream, so we just need to wait on that. Yeah, I can see that the sheriff checking on you, and I also did a lot of metal detecting in the Nashville, Tennessee area because it was big for Civil War battles and things. So I did a lot of metal detecting there, and that's another hobby that gets the police to come and check on you, right? I have not seen that one, the Hubble Deep Field View Triangle. No, I have not seen it. No. I have been following a lot of the obviously the comets, and I have a very good friend at NASA, Dr. Jeff Gray, and he's one of the pillars originals on the Dwarf Lab telescopes, and I talk to him a lot, like a couple of times a week, and he's been telling me about the comet and things. He's in California. What is the name of that big observatory there? He's kind of like in charge of that, and he's a very, very funny guy, very knowledgeable, very well known, Dr. Jeff Gray. And he's the one who has that other Facebook page. Grizzly Peak is the high ground. Okay. Okay. We need to get you a telescope, Lenny. You remember, were you following me when I was doing the giveaways, the telescope giveaways? That was a lot of fun. I mean, if I got views doing that, I mean, that was amazing. I asked Dwarf Lab recently, Claire, if they're going to do another giveaways, free telescopes. That would be great. Yeah, that was the time. Yeah, I would like to do that. That was a lot of fun. The free telescopes. I also gave hats, Dwarf Lab hats and T-shirts. I still have some promotional items. Ah, good. Yeah, they stopped doing the giveaways. So what happened is that then they were doing the giveaways themselves because they have a few of the YouTube people. Well, the calibration wizard, it's actually not that bad. I mean, it's pretty quick considering it's a little telescope. Um, what it is I found out is especially if you do the initial calibration, but then if you want to change targets, then then you can also disable that to do keep doing calibration for each target. So you can actually disable that. So it's just one of those things that, I think because this dwarf telescope, they have added so many features. It's starting to get complicated. And I honestly don't know how they can do all of this in such a small telescope. The C-Star takes a little bit also on the calibration, but I have to say, because I time it and I did a video on this, it's under 3 minutes. That's not too bad. I don't think so. So I get it. Um, I know. Okay, you're the one sending me a message on Facebook. I get the notifications. Let's see. So we are just about 28 minutes away from the NASA super release, which I really don't know what it's going to be. Yes, yes, I agree. I mean, I have recommended the dwarf telescope to some friends, and I have a lady. She sent me a message the other day. She has no experience with telescopes. That she's not able to. She doesn't understand it, so she's kind of like very frustrated with it. Um, because it has a lot of options now. Yes, it has a lot of options, especially, all the darks and all that kind of stuff. That's not easy for a person that has no experience with telescopes or astrophotography editing because you will not know. You will not know what that is. And, we are trying to explain it in videos, and let me send the heart there. I do these videos all the time, and sometimes, I mean, it may take me 3 to 4 days at least to record and finish a video. By the time I finish, there's something new. So I feel that sometimes, I have a lot of footage already recorded for all kind of steps. And also, and then I don't know, sometimes they're outdated in a matter of a month. Well, the Dobson, yeah, Dobsonian telescopes are amazing. There are some new surprises that are coming soon, very, very soon. It's another company, and it's coming with smart telescopes. And I need to fix my hair. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Guys, I need to fix my hair. Hold on. There's another company that it's coming, and I already have seen the telescopes, and hopefully I'm going to be one of the first one testing their telescopes. They're smart telescopes, and they are more like a traditional telescopes. They're about this size, and they have one for planets, and it's coming. I already saw some testing of it. You don't want to try the shoot move shoot? I love the shoot move shoot. Why you don't like that? I have it with I have DSLR cameras too, and I do that all the time. That's interesting. And that is the best small star tracker available right now. I mean, I tested it. I did several videos with it, and I am about to start making videos again, especially for the DSLR and the phones, because a lot of people like to use the phones to just to photograph constellations, stars, and things like that. You want to? Okay, okay. Old telescopes. I have some traditional telescopes. I sold one of them a few months ago because the big telescope that I have the traditional telescope that I have in the observatory, I only have room for one there, and I don't want to be carrying gear and cables and all that stuff. So that's why I sold the other one, and then I got the RASA, but the RASA is a heavy duty telescope, 42 pounds. But I started with the Discovery Channel, like $150 telescope, and I thought that was the most amazing thing ever. If you remember the Discovery Channel store. I do. That's some old stuff. Good. Um, I highly recommend the Move Should Move. I have another star tracker. It's an Ioptron Pro something. It's a little bit. It's very easy to use, but it's hey tiki taku taku taku. We are about to, we are waiting for NASA like in 15 minutes and see what they're going to say. But I want to see an alien. Tiki taku tuku taka. That sounds to me like so Puerto Rican because I am from Puerto Rico, but I don't know where are you from, but that just brought me memories, the tiki taku. There's even a song that is like that. 1979, yeah. I was a little kid in 1979, but I have seen the History Channel a lot. I don't know what NASA is going to show? I don't know. I am expecting. I saw that they have several of their scientists and people talking. They're going to talk, so maybe it's going to be a lot of blah 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 blah. I just want to see the images and see what it is. But we know what it is. We just need to keep looking for the aliens. Let's see. We are. Oh, they have a countdown there. Okay. 40 minutes or so. So we'll watch this together, and then I am going to start next week, and I will announce these live streams with plenty of time. Like I said, this was just, I was trying to be kind of like undercover here to do this live stream because I'm just testing the settings and everything, but I am so glad to have you, all of you here. Now, well, yep, that's right. I was reading about how they capture these images, and we are going to see. Pepe, you were probably died. You were born in '79. Uh, I'm going to hear the details. It has been captured already. Chuck's astrophotography got it the other day. That's funny. That is actually very funny. Let me lower the volume here because I'm getting notifications. Southern Colorado. So do you live in the middle of nowhere or you just drive there for that location, the sky, the dark skies, the Portal 2? 81? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So we have here a kid in the chat. Hmm. Well, I need to read a little bit more about this. And where are you located, Tiki? Tiki Taku? Well, as you know, I mentioned a lot of times, I am in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. And, okay, okay. Oh, in Denver, okay. So it is in the St. Louis Valley, the one that where you go for the dark skies? Ah, Golden Gate Canyon, okay. Finland! Oh my God! Wow, man. That is so cool. Finland. Wow. So do you have dark skies there, Tiki? Where you are located? Portugal, yes, Portugal. Yes, I am. I am so happy that I have a lot of people from all over the world. I see analytics and statistics on my YouTube page, and I have a lot more viewers than what I have people subscribing. That happens to everybody. And I have a lot. The number one viewers are in the United States. Second one is from Germany. I have some in Portugal. I don't remember. Finland sounds absolutely interesting, amazing to me that somebody is seeing me in Finland. And of course, I have from other countries. I have a lot of people from the UK, but they don't get any clear skies at all. Yeah. Wow. So the Ireland. Oh my God, Michael. So wow. So you are getting the northern lights. Look at that, Irvin. Arizona. Yes, you should probably have some really dark skies too. Wow, look at that. So in Finland, the northern lights are green light. That's amazing. I haven't get the green lights here. Obviously, when I got the northern lights here in the south, it was pretty much the typical red and a little bit of yellow. Ireland, wow. Man, what time it's in Ireland right now? And in Finland and Portugal? Because it's 2:51 p.m. here. Let's see. That's amazing. I am so happy to have all of you here. Like I said, I was not going to do this. This was just a test to get this NASA new images released and watch it, and that was it. So I am actually very happy to have real people here talking to me today. 7:50 p.m. That's Ireland. 7:51 we have in Portugal. In Finland, it's 21:51 p.m. Whoop, yep. I would love to visit Finland sometime. I hear it's a beautiful country. Yeah. Um, this summer has been the worst summer since I started astrophotography. I didn't get clear skies for like 2 or 3 months. It was very difficult, very challenging. That's why I had to slow down a lot on the videos because I didn't have anything to show. Let's see, how's our countdown? 7 minutes and 25 seconds or so. I am hoping that NASA comes up with something really good. I want to see some spectacular images, not just those uh, graphics and stuff that they do. Uh-huh, right. So do you have a telescope, Tiki? What do you have? And Michael McCarthy, what do you have? What telescope do you have? And Irvin is in Arizona. That's a cool place. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. I got a bunch of new toys from several companies that are coming, new videos. They're sending me telescopes for beginners. The Vista Lab, I have the G Skyers telescopes. I have other one that it's coming. So I'm getting new toys to test and show. So give options. Ah. I guarantee you that telescope from the 70s is probably better than anything that we have right now. That's great. I am sure about that. Let me get a couple of batteries for my uh, audio pack here, just in case if they die, because this thing drains a lot of batteries. Go and have a coffee or something. I'll be right back. Let me go and get a couple of batteries. Some batteries just in case if it decides to die. Okay, so we are 4 minutes away from da 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 da, and see what kind of images we get. Time to get a little bit of water here. And I hope they release these images pretty quick. And Tiki, we are 4 minutes away, just 4 minutes away. I just started way earlier because I was testing, and that's how the whole thing started here. So we'll see. That's what I have here on the screen. As you can see, the countdown is there. Hey, Huz, how are you? What do you mean? Are you flying, or I'm not understanding? Are you leaving or what? Are you like at the airport, or I'm just tell me. Okay, guys, we are very close. Let's see, just 3 minutes away. I don't know. I have the screen here as big as I can. I can make it probably a little bit bigger. We'll see what is going to happen. I am hoping that NASA it's going to give us something really good. Yes, it is about the size of Manhattan. It is big. Yes, it definitely is. It's big, and um, that's why it caused all this, different opinions. And we have, I believe, is the guy, one scientist. I don't know if he's from Harvard or where, but he's the one that came up with the theory of the things from out of our solar system, which I mean, it happened before. I believe this is the third time, but it's the high concentration of nickel that has the astronomers thinking. I'm going to see, Kenny, if I can get these pictures once they start. We're under 2 minutes. I think there is a way for me to do it here, because I am using a program where I can probably get an image and put it there. But I just think we just need to see what they're going to say first and what they're going to show. Yeah, we are close. Oh my God, this has been a long wait. But thank you to all of you that have been here from the very beginning. And this was an unexpected, not planned, not announced live stream. And it's going to be more live streams starting next week, talking about telescopes and all the problems that we have. especially with the smart telescopes. The Dwarf 3 telescope is giving a lot of problems right now, so that's one of the main subjects, of course. And I have been learning a lot of new things on editing. There's free software that I don't see too many people talking about it, but that SETI Astro editing software, as we're about to start. Oh my God! It's pretty fun, and it gives amazing results. So now things are changing here on the screen. So let's see what is going to happen. So. Well, I mean, if they're coming, there has been a lot of movies about it, and I think actually that's what is going to happen. I mean, the panic and the chaos will be insane. But this comet is pretty big, so um, let's see what they have to say. They better not lie to us. Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now they want to talk about science. Okay, Courtney, give us the images. Um, can you hear the audio of the NASA stream? Because I thought I enabled it, but I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear the audio of the NASA stream? Because I thought I enabled it, but I don't know if you can hear it. Very soft, yes. I just realized that. Let me see. Let me see if I can work on it. Hold on. I can hear in another TV here. Let me see. There is a way to fix that. Let me just go out of this page here. I hope I don't lose anything, but let me check on something here.
A little bit more about the rumors. I think it's very important, and I'm actually very excited that a lot of the world was speculating about the comet while NASA was in a period where we couldn't speak about it due to the recent government shutdown. I think what I took away from that whole experience and watching that as we were working during the shutdown was just how interested and how excited people were about the possibility of what this comet could be. There was a lot of speculation about what it could be, but what I think is really awesome is that folks are interested in this incredible finding that we observed and that came from the heavens, and what that means, what it could mean about how magical the universe could be. It expanded people's brains to think about how magical the universe could be. And I'll tell you, here at NASA, we think that every day. And so it's really great that you were able to join us while we were, not able to comment because of the shutdown constraints about what that comet is, because we think the universe is a magical place, and we spend your treasure and we spend all of our time trying to make sure that we explore that and share it with you as much as we can. In fact, we want very much to find signs of life in the universe. In fact, just a few months ago, we were with you and we talked about what we think might be the signal from ancient life on the surface of Mars from our amazing machines that have been roving the planet for 30 years to look for those things. That is something that's really important for us to learn about and discover. It could be an amazing discovery if and when we can confirm that. But 3i Atlas is a comet. So my colleagues from
Where's
the Science
the
Mission
images?
Directorate
Come on.
will go through the images in detail. But just to give you a peek, here's one of the images from the closest physical instrument we had to the comet, from the HiRISE instrument on our Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, taken on October 2nd as the comet sailed by at a distance of 19 million miles from the instrument. You can see that Comet 3i Atlas looks like a fuzzy white ball. That ball is a cloud of dust and ice called the Comet, which is shed by the comet as it continues its trajectory towards the sun. I'll leave it to my esteemed colleagues to share further details, and I'd like to introduce you to the head of NASA Science, Nikki Fox.
Thank you so much. It is such a rare opportunity for us to be able to observe this interstellar comet. And NASA Science has been given this really, really exciting opportunity to do it, and literally from the moment of its discovery. Just like Amit said, comets are tiny cosmic snowballs. And by studying them, we can learn about the environment from, basically where they formed, where they came from. This one came from a different environment from our own, and so we're already starting to see some really interesting differences to comets from our own solar system. 3I Atlas, as you heard, is the third known interstellar object to pass through our solar system, the first one being identified in 2017.
Well, this one is not tiny.
Objects have long been predicted. We are just beginning to be able to find them thanks to the newest technologies with our network of Earth-based telescopes, which are designed to find small, fast-moving objects in space. The NASA-funded Atlas Survey Telescope, which made the discovery, is part of NASA's Planetary Defense Network. Our telescopes are always watching the skies to keep us safe, and in doing so, they occasionally make major scientifically interesting discoveries, just like this one. Right away, of course, NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office they studied it, and they established that 3I Atlas is not a danger to Earth. In fact, it's at least twice as far away as the distance between the Earth and our sun. On October 30th,
I think there's a guy in Spain.
The closest it will ever be to the sun.
I don't know if it's in Spain,
just inside Mars's
but he has captured it pretty good.
Image that Amit just
he's on YouTube. I follow him.
Closest instrument physically
I don't know if it's
to
in
the
Spain
comet,
or
because the
somewhere
comet was right inside the orbit of Mars. Earth was on the opposite side of the sun, which is about as far away as our planet can possibly be from Mars. It's been clear from the moment of discovery that the comet was going to pass on the opposite side of the sun from where the Earth is. However, it was also clear that its positioning behind the sun was going to make observations from Earth very, very difficult. And that is why we are so happy to have our incredible fleet of NASA science spacecraft all across the solar system. And boy, were they ready for this event. NASA's science assets on board our missions have provided the United States the unique capability to observe 3I Atlas almost the entire time.
Hey, we have good cameras in Mars.
Celestial neighborhood.
Actually, they look like Arizona or Colorado, those images,
and nearly 20 mission teams have been working together to really rise to this challenge. 20 mission teams, by the way, and counting. Everything we're learning about the comet is possible because of the distribution of all of the different instruments on our spacecraft with different capabilities. And I'll note that for some of them, we've even pushed our scientific instruments beyond their normal capabilities, beyond the things that they were designed to achieve to allow us to capture this amazing glimpse at this interstellar traveler. In other words, we can study this comet so well because we have many different assets in different locations, observing things in different wavelengths, in different ways, with different instruments, each set of observations providing a different lens for understanding objects in the sky. So NASA's science team has kept watch on 3I Atlas for nearly its entire journey through the solar system for the first time ever. So I'll just quickly go through the timeline of which NASA spacecraft have observed the comet thus far, and we're still going. There will be more opportunities to observe this comet as it continues its journey through the solar system, passing the orbit of Jupiter in spring of 2026. So the NASA assets that are gathering observations of 3I Atlas include Hubble, the James Webb Space Telescope, TESS, SWIFT, SphereX, Perseverance Mars Rover, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MAVEN, Europa Clipper, Lucy, Psyche, personal favorite, Parker Solar Probe, Punch, Stereo, and ESA, NASA's SOHO mission. And I'll note that Parker Solar Probe's data were just downloaded yesterday, and indeed, we did catch several glimpses of this amazing comet. The scientific community is hard at work analyzing these images, and everyone, as always, is welcome to take a look. At NASA, we embrace open science. We make all of our data available to the public 24/7, and we invite, in fact, we really want you to tell us what you're observing and what you think about what we're looking at. We're still learning even about what questions we still need to ask, and this, of course, is the scientific process in action. All the data go to a public archive. We get those images as soon as we're able to from all of our eyes in space. As always, I am excited to see what new things we learn about our friendly solar system
I want that
visitor
data.
in the days and, in fact, the years to come. So now I'm going to pass over to Sean. He's going to tell you about what our astrophysics missions
Actually,
have
they
seen.
do have
They, of
this.
course, were some
I
of the
remember
first
it. We
things
can
to
get
look at the
a
comet,
lot of their data.
And images from several of them have been available since the beginning of the summer. So I'm going to ask you to set the stage for us. Tell us what we've already seen before we hand over to Tom to tell us all the new stuff. Take it away, Sean.
Thanks, Nikki. Happy to. To give you some background, NASA's astrophysics missions, like all our missions, they are designed to do things that would otherwise be impossible. In this case, our nation's space telescopes stare deeper and more sharply into the universe than any other observatories in the world. And that means we're often the first to follow up and study near-Earth objects or comets like 3I Atlas after they're initially detected. That same powerful gaze that lets these telescopes see distant galaxies.
It should be
red
huge
dots you might hear
news.
about.
We are
They also
just,
allow us to observe details
I mean,
about objects.
we have seen it
like
already
3I Atlas
from
a little bit sooner. And the earlier we learn
amateur
about these objects, the earlier we can
astrophotographers
share
like
this
us
information with the
that
world,
are in YouTube
including the science
capture it.
community and our partners across the planet that often have ground-based assets or other space-based assets, so that they can conduct additional.
I mean, they don't have the
observations
James Webb
with
or
their
the Hubble
telescopes.
telescope. They don't have a
In this case, our
telescope on
astrophysics
Mars
missions
like people
came
like us
together
in
to
the
take advantage
backyard.
of this rare opportunity to study this comet that came to us from outside the solar system. From our flagship space telescopes to smaller missions like TESS and SWIFT, they all have, as Nikki said, different complementary capabilities. They don't just do things that would otherwise be impossible, they do things that even our other great telescopes can't do. So every time we add to the fleet, we add additional capabilities that expand the realm of the possible. In this case, it let us refine the orbit of this structure early on, determine what its structure is and what its composition is, what it is made of. It's a beautiful illustration of why we have not just one space telescope, but a fleet of them, because every one member of that fleet specializes in a different kind of information, contributing a different piece of the puzzle to the total understanding we have
Jesus.
from
Come
the fleet as a
on.
whole. So for example, Old Reliable,
We know.
NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, celebrated its 35th birthday.
We know a little
earlier
bit
this year.
about.
And not too long after that, in July, it looked at 3I Atlas, not long after we discovered it from the ground. At this point, 3I Atlas was about 277 million miles from Earth. And what Hubble's images revealed was a few things. First, a teardrop-shaped coma of dust coming off that solid, icy nucleus of the comet itself. From these data, astronomers were able to more accurately narrow a few things. Importantly, the size of the nucleus. We now know it's between, at that point actually, we knew it was between 1,400 feet in diameter up to as large as 3.5 miles.
We
in
know
diameter.
this image. I have posted this
Hubble
many
also
times.
saw that the comet was losing dust. And not just losing it, but losing it at a rate consistent with other previous sunbound comets that originated from within our solar system, consistent with the physics that we figured out from watching those objects. Now, the last thing Hubble did is it gave us a better understanding of the orbit of this object. Tell us not just where it was, but where it was heading, so we could point other observatories at it, such as the James Webb Space Telescope. We added this to our fleet early in this decade. We didn't have it when the last two interstellar comets came around. Now, what James Webb did, and its companion Sphere-X, which we only launched at the beginning of this year, is it added infrared observations. The power of infrared observations is these are colors we can't see. They're redder than what our eyes can detect. And infrared light is particularly good at helping us understand the composition of objects. We can see little molecular fingerprints from the things that the objects are made of. So with these infrared observations with James Webb and Sphere-X, we detected an abundance of carbon dioxide gas in the comet's coma.
Hold on, I have
the
a little
bright
dog
cloud
barking
of
here.
gas and dust surrounding that comet as it approaches the sun.
Whoops.
Those molecular
Sorry, I
fingerprints
may have to
mentioned,
mute
those are
my
the little,
sound
like,
real
science
quick.
wiggles you might see in the top
It's
right
the
of these
little
images.
dog.
We now know from seeing those science wiggles, those fingerprints of those molecules, that the comet has a nucleus rich in carbon dioxide as well as the presence of water ice. Now, the ratio, like we can not just say that these things are there, we can also say, what's the ratio of carbon dioxide to water? And we now know that. We know it's larger than what we usually see in solar system objects. But there's a lot of natural explanations for that. For one, the carbon dioxide is going to kind of bake off that comet earlier on when it's far away. But there's other well-understood processes that could also explain it. I'll just, to put this in context, every time we look beyond our solar system and we look at the ratios of carbon dioxide to water, we see, whether it's a star or a planet, different ratios than we see in the solar system, and that's true for this comet as well. So it could mean, and this is the last theory of why those ratios could be different, that these ices could have been exposed to higher levels of radiation than comets in our own system. Or, as I said before, it could be that the comet just formed from a region where carbon dioxide ice was particularly abundant and different from our solar system. Other missions like our SWIFT spacecraft, which studies X-rays and gamma rays, have also observed the comet. Teams even looked back through data from our TESS mission, which was designed to look at exoplanets, and found observations of the comet as early as May. That information is helping us understand the comet's history before it got closer and when those other observatories pointed at it once we knew where it was. Now that the comet is near, relatively speaking, our planetary and heliophysics missions have joined in to tell us more. And now I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Tom Statler to talk about some of those new images.
All right, thanks very much, Sean. Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody of where we are, who is where in this play. As you saw in the animations while Nikki was speaking, the sun, of course, is at the center of our solar system. The planets are orbiting around the sun, and in this case, Comet 3I Atlas has come through on a trajectory in the opposite direction and has arrived at its closest point to the sun when the Earth was on the wrong side for us to conveniently observe. But Mars was on the correct side of the sun, and our Mars assets were able to observe the comet, and also several of our other spacecraft were on the correct side of the sun. So the scientific community is really excited about the comet and about these new observations. I'm tremendously excited to help share them with you today. This is a new scientific opportunity, and it's a new window into the makeups and histories of other solar systems. We're just beginning to learn about these types of objects and figure out what are the right questions we should ask about them. Now, let me start by going directly to what we were able to see at the beginning of
We're just here waiting,
September,
G.
when Psyche was able to see the mission. So before that, though, in August, we organized a workshop.
You want to see
organized
the
a
images?
coordination session for the missions across the NASA fleet that had good opportunities for potentially observing 3I Atlas so that we could all share observing plans and knew what was going to be possible with our assets. I can't emphasize enough now how, thanks to the cooperation of so many mission teams, we will be accumulating a wealth of data on this comet that the science community will be digging into for years. Now, let's go back to September, and I can show you a sampling of the images collected by our different mission teams. To set the context, you're going to see a comet that's a small body with a coma around it, basically a fuzzy blob. Now remember, space is big. Nothing is ever really as close as you like, and all of these observations are very, very difficult. It's a little bit as if our NASA spacecraft were at a baseball game, watching the game from different places in the stadium. Everybody's got a camera, and they're trying to get a picture of the ball, and nobody has a perfect view, and everybody has a different camera.
September, let's see. We
Now,
already have
let's
seen
return
this.
to September and see the first images from the Psyche spacecraft. NASA's Psyche mission acquired 4 broadband black and white images of the comet over the course of 8 hours on September 8th and 9th, 2025. The comet was about 33 million miles from the spacecraft at that time, and you can see in the image the large frame where the comet was seen at different times. Down in the bottom left is a blow-up, a stack in addition of all of those observations. The Psyche spacecraft is on its way to an asteroid in the main asteroid belt that's also named Psyche, and these images were the first captured from this perspective. Now, if you think in that lower left you're not seeing very much, just wait a minute, you'll see more. Now, the following week in September, the Lucy spacecraft observed the comet from the opposite direction. So let's take a look at the Lucy image. This is another broadband black and white image made by adding up a series of individual exposures that were taken on September 16th.
Well, the latest images that I
Lucy is
posted
on
like
its way to
3 or
study
4 days
asteroids
last
that
week,
shared
it
Jupiter's
has
orbit
2
around the
tails
sun,
now,
called the
so we'll
Trojan
see.
asteroids. Lucy was 240 million miles away from 3I Atlas, which is circled in the center, when its high-resolution LORRI camera caught the comet. You can see the comet's coma, the fuzzy halo of gas and dust surrounding 3I Atlas, and its tail, a smudge extending to the right of the comet. If you were the Lucy spacecraft looking at the comet from this angle, the sun would be a little bit over your left shoulder, and so the comet tail is pointing away from the sun, as we've seen many times before in solar system comets. For scale, this image spans about 1/3 the width of the full moon as you'd see it on the sky. Of course, at the distance of the comet, that's a much, much larger region of space than the moon. Now, this looks a little different from the Psyche image. Part of that is because the cameras are different, and part is because of the ways the Psyche and the Lucy teams decided to show their images. But also, it's because we're seeing the comet from different directions. Seeing a comet's coma in different lighting geometries, with the sun coming from different directions, is one of the key ways to learn about the physical properties of the dust that's been launched off its surface. And I want to emphasize that you do not get these views unless you have spacecraft farther from the sun than the comet is, so that you can see it backlit. We could not get this view from the vantage point of the Earth. So combining the data from Lucy, Psyche, and Earth-based telescopes, scientists are hoping to better understand both the three-dimensional structure of the comet and the nature of the dust. It's a rare opportunity to compare ancient dust from a distant solar system to that from our own. Now let's go to the next picture from the MAVEN spacecraft at Mars. At the beginning of October, 3I Atlas passed within 20 million miles of Mars, which gave our Mars spacecraft an opportunity for a close-up. And earlier you saw the image that Ahmed shared from our Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. MAVEN is another Mars orbiter that has been studying the Martian atmosphere since 2014. Now, this picture is not a direct picture of the comet itself. It's a spectrum. You're seeing the science wiggles that Sean was just talking about. This is some of those science wiggles, where the instrument, the spectrograph, the ultraviolet spectrograph on MAVEN, has looked at the comet and also split up the ultraviolet light according to color. So you're seeing 3 different bands in this image. On the right, you're seeing emission from hydrogen gas in the atmosphere of Mars. In the middle, there's a fainter band indicating that's coming from hydrogen gas in interplanetary space. And on the left, that blob is the signature of hydrogen gas coming from Comet 3I Atlas. It's a little blob rather than a big streak because the comet is a small object in the sky relative to great big gigantic Mars and interstellar space that fills the entire field of the instrument. That definitely tells us, first of all, that the comet is there. If there were no comet, there would be no little blob on the left side of the image. But it's also telling us it's one of the many ways that we're able to discern the chemical composition of 3I Atlas. And in this particular example, it's showing us the hydrogen gas that's coming off of the nucleus. Now, MAVEN's observations, combined with the earlier observations by Swift and Webb that Sean spoke about, will help determine the water production rate, how much water vapor is released from the comet when the comet is warmed by the sun, which provides insight into the formation of the comet and its journey through our galaxy. Now, the European Space Agency and NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, or SOHO, also successfully imaged 3I Atlas from October 15th to 16th after it had passed Mars. And SOHO spotted the comet crossing its field of view from approximately 222 million miles away, or more than twice the distance of Earth from the Sun. Comet 3I Atlas was expected to be too faint for SOHO to see, but this result was made using detailed image processing and overlaying, or we call it stacking, subsequent telescope images. And this image highlights the value of spacecraft and instruments designed to look directly toward the sun, as Nikki was saying before, not only to study the sun, but also to have the ability to see other objects crossing, in this case, behind the sun from the telescope's point of view. You'll be able to see the rest of the images on our 3i Atlas website, go.nasa.gov/3i-atlas. And there will be more to come. Not all of the data have been downlinked yet through NASA's Deep Space Network, and there are more observations still in work. And also, it's a long way from where we are today, seeing the initial images, to then making sure that they are accurately calibrated and processed to do science with, and then doing the analysis, combining the data sets, understanding them, and finally producing the scientific understanding, the knowledge of what this all means, which will be published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. The answers will come later on. We are still at this phase, very much in the state where we're figuring out what are even the right questions to ask about interstellar objects.
Your favorite
This is a
Astro-Nerd.
snapshot of where we are very early in the scientific process. Okay, back to you, Courtney.
All right, thank you all for your opening remarks. We'll go ahead and start the question and answer portion of this event. Just a reminder to our media on the phone bridge to press *1 to enter the queue and ask your questions. We'll take our first question from the phone bridge from Marcia Dunn with the Associated Press.
Yes, hi. Based on your latest observation, what more can you tell us about the potential shape of the comet? Can you fine-tune any more on how big or small it might be, origin, all that sort of thing?
Okay, so I guess they don't
Thanks
have
for that
more
question. There's
images
a lot
than
of territory
this.
to cover there, so let's see what I can do. The size of the nucleus still has yet to be pinned down. The best data are still from the Hubble observations that Sean was talking about. So we're still right now in that range of somewhere in the vicinity of a couple of thousand feet to a couple of miles diameter, but we'll get better on that one. The shape of the nucleus is also difficult to pin down because generally we're not resolving it in our observations. It's obscured by the dust, and especially it's obscured by the reflected sunlight off of the dust in the inner part of the coma. But what observers from the ground have been able to do is observe the brightness of the center of the comet over
Me
time
too,
to see
Wizard.
if there's a modulation of that
Oh
brightness
my
and
God.
in
I mean,
indication of
I have
rotation.
posted,
And
but
it's very
there's
difficult to
this
discern. So what it's looking
observatory
like
in
so
Manciano,
far
Italy. They
is
have
that
a
there's,
Rasa, Celestron
there's not a
Rasa
big,
14
the
that's
shape of the
taking
nucleus is
amazing
not very far
pictures.
from
So
being round. It's not-
I
doesn't seem to
guess
be a big- at
we
least we're not seeing
need to
signatures
keep
of a very
trying to
elongated
photograph
object
it.
yet.
It's
There's a lot
too
still
low
to come
for
there.
my location
I
in the
think we're also
horizon, but
talking about,
the my Rasa
origin.
11 captured the other
It
ones
would be
pretty
great.
good.
It would be fabulous if we could trace back the incoming trajectory. into the
Exactly,
solar system and
exactly.
Trace that back and figure out where it came from. But things are not quite so simple. Our
Tiki can
galaxy,
take better
as, Sean
images
knows,
in
is a big and
Finland
complicated place.
for this.
And,
I
the
mean,
sun and all the
I
other
have
stars in our
shown
galaxy
yesterday
are
some
in orbit
spectacular
around
images,
the
and
center
this
of the
another guy,
galaxy.
Ray's astrophotography,
And so, 3i Atlas has
here
been
in
in interstellar
YouTube
space
has
for a very long
captured
time.
really
There is
nice.
circumstantial
Chuck's
evidence,
astrophotography.
given how fast it
He
come
has
in
his
to,
telescope
to our
in.
solar system, that it
I don't
came
know if it's
from
in Colorado
some
or somewhere.
very old
Exactly,
populations
me
of
either.
solar
I don't
system,
believe it. They have
around
to
a very
have.
old star.
I mean, that was
Quite possibly,
nothing.
we can't say this
Nothing.
for sure, but the likelihood is it came from a solar system
Very
older than
Me
our own
Too,
solar system
galactic.
itself,
I
which,
mean,
gives me
wow, we
goosebumps to
just
think
need to
about,
keep
frankly,
doing what we
because
do
that
for
means the
fun
3i Atlas is
and
not just
capture
a
this
window
better.
into
I
another
mean,
solar system,
they
it's
have
a
to
window
have better than
into
this.
the
I
deep
can't
past,
believe
and
it.
so deep in the
That
past
was
that it
nothing. We
predates
have
even
seen
the
those
formation of our
images
Earth and our sun.
several weeks ago.
All right, we'll take our next question from the phone bridge from Bill Harwood with CBS. Bill, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Actually, I am going to lower their volume right now. Wow. Exactly. They have to have better images. This is unbelievable. Dwarf 3 telescope. One of my friends in Florida, Victor Robles, he has actually he won the Dwarf 3 in one of the giveaways that I did. He's in Florida, and he has a better picture of it with the Dwarf 3 around 4 or 5 a.m. I believe he's in Tampa, Florida. Yeah, they need to buy a Dwarf 3 telescope or something because this is unbelievably. So I was trying to follow about the closer to Mars than closer than Mars. Well, guys, we just need to keep photographing us. We definitely are getting much better than this, and I don't understand what is the mystery and why they don't want to release it because it has been captured, photographed already by amateur astrophotographers. So, but I enjoy being here with all of you. This has been a lot of fun, and I thank you for your support and all the likes and always supporting my channel. I want to start doing live streams again once a week, different subject. 1 week will be the. Well, thank you for being here, Galactic. I mean, this is a very disappointing for me, but at least, hey, at least I found the right settings to do the live stream. So there's always everything happens for a reason, so I got good things out of it. And yeah, exactly, $10 billion telescope. Exactly. It's insane. They think that we're dumb. Oh my God. Well, NASA, you know what? We get better pictures, images than them. We do. I mean, at least for this, I don't know what they're holding. It's not a secret. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the best cameras, everything robotic. And they show us nothing new, nothing. But I am following a few of the other guys that are actually capturing it. It's much better. Chuck's Astrophotography, like I said, and other channels. And that's what I'm starting to put now on the reels that I'm doing late at night. So, hey, you will see better images on my channel. We're better than NASA. We're better than NASA. I feel good today. It's too bad that it's cloudy tonight. It's too bad because now I'm pumped. I really want to capture some good targets and possibly the comet around 4 or 5 a.m. Oh my God. It is located on the east side of the sky, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, and that's because I have some problems on that area. Hey, Black Kitten. Exactly. I agree. I am very, very disappointed. We have much better images than that. Amateur astrophotographers. I don't know why this is like this, but we were here waiting for over an hour. But I had a lot of fun with all of you. But yes, yes. So more than 50 minutes, I think. So I just look. we have great amateur astrophotographers all over the world, and that's what we need to do. Yay, Lloyd! Did you see? Wait, did you see what we didn't see? Nobody saw anything. It's all old pictures, old images of nothing. We have seen that like 3 weeks ago. I've been posting those images. But anyways, I wanted to see aliens. I wanted to see, I really wanted to see a more high, a real good image. Like I said, Chuck's astrophotography, he has a RASA 11 just like me. He just has it in an observatory with great, sky conditions, and he got amazing images of it the other night. So, but anyways, I want to thank all of you. I will be back with the live stream. This has been a lot of fun. We tried, but it didn't happen, and so it is what it is. Exactly, a 10 billion telescope image. Yep, that's right. Yep. I mean, wow. This is, I am not too happy about it, but it is what it is. I promise I'll keep posting better images than that, and because I am following other people that are capturing it and others, and so let's just stay us, and they can keep their 10 billion telescope good for what? Well, I want to say thanks to all of you for being here for way over an hour. And thanks for all the support, and stay tuned for my upcoming live stream videos. I think I'm going to start once a week. Thank you so much, I want to say to all of you. You're welcome. Tiki, you are a fascinating person. Bring all kind of cool comments. We'll see you all next time. Absolutely. I need to hear because I have a delay here. Good night. Good night, Tiki. I know it's late for you.